let's look at what to do in the case of deforming a volume as well. So to make this clear, I'm just going to call this restore rest position. And I had changed a couple things. So previously we were wired in like this. So I'm going to just wire our rest position here into both of our inputs. And let's make a little more space. Let's move this up here. And maybe rest position we'll just put right in the center here. So now we have our scatter inside the volume. What I'm going to do is press tab and type points, and I'm going to grab a point deform. And now if I middle click on the first input, it wants to know what are we deforming. So we are going to deform these points. What is the rest point lattice? So that is going to be our rest position. And then what is the deform point lattice? So that is going to be our deform geometry, which is coming in here. And now if I turn this on and I dial the radius up a little bit, and I'm just going to template our input geometry here. So we can kind of play with this until we get something that looks okay. And now we can see that our points are deforming. And if I turn on some numbers here, it's a lot of numbers, but you can see they're not popping around. So let's just wire that straight into there. And we're going to do the exact same thing for our other method. So I'm just going to, actually, you know what? We can make it even easier. We can just use one of these and we'll just place it right after our switch volume scatter type. I think that'll be even easier. So let's do this. Let's just plug that right down into there. We'll just go here and we'll just rewire our switch right into the first input and just go like that. And I can see that we're on there, and let's just make sure that that's working. And there we go. So we are deforming the points in the volume to match what's happening with our deforming surface. We'll just dial this count back up a little bit. We'll go to 1,000. There we go. So keep in mind that this method here is not going to be as accurate as this attribute interpolate, but when you're dealing with scattering things in a volume, it gets a little bit tough because you don't quite have a surface to stick to. So you kind of have to use some other method to make sure that you're staying consistent inside the volume.